Hello and welcome back for more TNG Season 1. Last time we had Home Soil, an episode that was pretty good, kind of underwhelming, really kind of fumbled the bag at the end, I think. Really anticlimactic ending, but a classic TOS episode. So it was solid, and it's, sort of reinvigorated me a little bit with TNG Season 1, so I'm looking forward to this next episode called Coming of Age. From what I understand from the screenshots I've seen, it's a Wesley episode, which is not particularly exciting to me, but maybe this will change my mind. I doubt it because Wesley's never been one of my favorite characters, but without further ado, let's get into it.
I wish both of us were going. Only 32 points.
Mr. Crusher, respond.
Hey, Wes. Do well for both of us, okay?
All right.
Brainiac Wesley beat this guy on a test or something, and now he gets to do something that he can't. Come on, Wesley, don't let anybody else have any fun. You do everything yourself. Even the senior staff, you do their jobs too.
Welcome aboard, Admiral.
Thank you. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Lieutenant Commander Dexter Remmick. Sir?
Well, what can we do for you?
I need to speak with you.
Certainly. This way. Number one.
This guy's not acting particularly friendly. He's acting really sus. Picard says it's his old friend, but he doesn't seem very friendly to him. The mystery begins.
Commander Remmick is with the Inspector General's office.
Oh.
You will find out what is wrong on this ship.
Yes, sir. Nothing and no one will stand in my way.
What the fuck is going on? This is so weird. Why are they acting so fucking weird? I'm trying to think if this is a lead off of a payoff for something that's already happened, but I mean, the last episode the ship was taken over by a hostile alien force, so maybe that's what they're talking about?
Captain, it is vitally important that my orders be followed exactly.
You must be Wesley Crusher. I heard there was a very smart, very young man who'd be tough competition.
Very obnoxious. Far too smart for his own good.
But there's a lot more to it than just that.
Boy, this lady's acting is a little bit wooden. Sorry.
Tashanika Pilkanareka.
Wesley Crusher of the Enterprise.
Huh? Dicka. So this is a this is a cross Federation thing. And there's some other weird blue alien here too.
The Mordock? The Benzite who constructed the Mordock strategy? I thought you were already in the Academy.
What is that? What is he huffing there? This has got a mobile little drug sniffer there on his chest. Or it's something probably so he could breathe.
Now, this may be the most difficult, exhausting experience of your life, and the most exciting challenge.
I never thought it was so difficult to get into Starfleet Academy, because I feel like in later shows and movies, it seems like anyone can apply, and it's like they want everybody to apply. So, anybody can fulfill their self-worth, But here it's like, it's so tough. Like, even a brainiac like somebody like Wesley even has, it's even a test for him to try to get in. Which is bizarre.
Something I can help you with, Mr. Remmick?
When I'm ready, Mr. Riker, I'll want to speak with you. Privately.
Mr. Riker, he's a superior officer to you. You refer to him as Commander. Remmick. What could he possibly be looking for?
Sir, am I under investigation?
I don't know.
And if you did?
I couldn't tell you.
He doesn't know, Riker. Don't get pissed at him. He's...
But it doesn't interfere with my duties, Remmick.
I hate this guy, Remmick. I want some answers. Fuck you. But Riker's being a bit pissy. I mean, you are under Picard's orders to just cooperate. It's early days. It's not like he's been doing this for that long. Well, maybe he has. I don't know. Are we going to have to see this entire exam go through? Okay, I'm going to get sick of this pretty quick.
I can't imagine what it would be like to have things come so easily.
I have to study all the time.
It's a good thing you're cute, Wesley, or you could really be obnoxious.
Well, Oleana.
Is that good, Wesley?
Yes.
Let Wesley get a huff of that stuff. Everybody in the exam room is going to be huffing Mordock's, Mordock. Not Mordock. It's good.
Are you available now, Mr. Riker, or do you still have duties to perform? If you prefer to stand, fine, Mr. Riker. It won't have an effect on the length of my inquiry.
Classic Riker maneuver. Riker.
Riker.
The captain's log.
Yes.
Is he going to accuse... He's going to tell Riker that he's accusing Picard of something? Oh, God. Riker ain't going to fall for your crap, Remmick. Picard, nothing wrong with Picard.
If you want to discuss anything about Captain Picard, you bring him in here and you ask him face to face.
You are required to answer my questions, Mr. Riker, unless you're trying to cover something up.
Now, Kaczynski was sent here by Starfleet to improve our warp drive system. Captain Picard was ordered to take him aboard.
According to his own logs.
Oh, fuck this guy. Kaczynski was a total fucking puppet. He wasn't even doing anything. It was the Traveler. Why are they bringing this up? Are they trying to find negligence on Picard's part and get him... It's like Quinn holding a grudge against him or something, trying to get him booted off the ship?
Mental lapses?
Nothing.
Not even the Ferengi incident aboard his old starship, the Stargazer?
Oh, this stupid fucking Ferengi ball.
What are you doing? Collecting on an old debt.
Is this episode just going to be reminding me of all the past disgraces of TNG Season 1?
How is the testing?
Okay, so far. It's not the ones that I've studied for that I'm worried about. It's the psych test. How can they know what my deepest fear is when I don't?
By analyzing your psychological profile.
I thought there was nothing that could frighten a Klingon warrior.
Only fools have no fear.
Tribbles. They put him in a room full of tribbles. He freaked the fuck out.
Everyone depends on everyone else to protect them.
Yes.
So you overcame it?
No. It is still my enemy.
His greatest enemy is dependence? Okay. That must be pretty freaking tough for a Starfleet officer.
Bridge to main shuttle bay. Mr. Kurland, this is Lieutenant Yar. Respond.
Isn't that area secured?
Not now, Remmick.
I'm totally Riker side. Fuck, this guy's so annoying. Isn't that area secured?
Captain, I'm going to Belt 10-9 to sign on to a freighter. Tell my father
Oh, it's this guy.
I'm sorry.
He's just pissed that he couldn't take the entrance exam? Stealing a Federation shuttle is the worst thing you can do. Come on. Tractor beam.
Captain, he's unbalanced the dilithium reaction.
I lost power.
Well, I can kind of see why he didn't get into the entrance exam. He can't even balance the dilithium matrix. I mean, come on.
Mr. Cullen?
I can't get the engine started. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna crash.
Why don't you use your tractor beam on the guy? Why aren't you tractor beaming him? Is that a range, maybe? This is such a stupid, like dilemma here because the fact that he stole a fucking shuttlecraft is unbelievably stupid.
Aim the shuttle at Relva.
I sure hope you're right.
You'll just have to trust me.
Point 003.
Hold on, Jake. It's going to be a little bumpy.
015.
Is this going to shut up Remmick and prove Picard's competence and that he's a great captain? This guy, Jake's career here is totally fucked us, so I would just let the ship crash. She ain't getting into Starfleet now. Even Remmick got excited. I didn't think he had it in him.
Kurland is a highly qualified Enterprise Academy candidate, fully trained in many areas, including shuttles.
Did this full training include discipline?
Picard's gonna fucking clap this idiot. What a fucking asshole. If I were Picard, I'd march right up to Quinn right now and say this asshole Remmick is totally interfering with the operation of the Enterprise. He needs to go, or you need to tell me what the hell's going on. Because this is pissing me off.
There is nothing wrong with Captain Picard.
Yeah.
Or the ship's logs. Therefore, there must be something wrong with
you're
your
the one
original
that something's wrong with, Remmick. Does this guy have like a personal vendetta against Picard for some reason?
Meaning by accident, sir.
You don't like me very much, do you?
No one does, you prick. You're an asshole. Maybe if you weren't such a... I mean, I get it, he's doing a job, but... Why?
About how you feel serving with a man.
No.
Is responsible
No.
for the death of your husband.
Shut up, Remmick. Shut up. Why is he fucking prodding them? You're not getting anything out of them. Picard's the freaking best captain. He's the captain of the flagship. Get the fuck out of here.
All to save Dr. Crusher's son.
A member of my crew was being held unjustly. I stand by my decision.
Ah, yes. Justice. Phenomenal episode.
When in Rome, eh?
When where, sir?
Really excellent. Too bad Wesley wasn't executed there, but...
I won't tolerate my crew being harassed any longer.
Remmick's full report is almost ready.
I want to be here when he presents it.
That has always been my intention.
This guy kind of reminds me of Ernest Borgnine. Evil!
Evil!
Wesley, I can't do it.
Yes, you can. You've got your rotation factor. Just put in your vector coordinates.
Isn't this cheating? Can they confer during this major exam? I guess the proctor's not even in the room.
An interesting choice, Mr. Crusher. Especially considering how close you and Mr. Mordock are in overall score.
That's gonna push him up, though. The cooperation, helping a fellow officer.
I spoke to officer after officer at length. I pried into the ship's logs, and yet I could find nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm. So, what exactly was the Admiral looking for now? See, I'm kind of not really hating on Remmick now, maybe. He was pretty efficient, I guess, at his job. Even though he didn't actually succeed what he was trying to do.
My tour in the Inspector General's office will be up in 6 months. When I'm finished, this is where I'd like to serve, sir.
What? Yeah, but the problem is you've made an enemy of everybody on the ship now, so I don't think you're going to get people are going to like that very much. What even position would he hold? He's a lieutenant commander.
We had to be very sure of you. Someone or something is trying to destroy the fabric of everything we've built up in the last 200 years. I want to promote you to Admiral, and I want you to take over as Commandant of Starfleet Academy.
What? No. He doesn't want to be Admiral. He doesn't need to become admiral for like another, what, 30 years or something? His place is on the bridge. Remmick even saw that firsthand. He needs to be captain.
Even if I am wrong, and I hope I am, you're still the best man for the job.
I appreciate the value of what you're offering.
So this is all leading up to the conspiracy episode that I know about. I don't know how many episodes it is from now. And I don't know, I guess this guy Quinn is sort of responsible for finding out that there is a conspiracy inside the Federation. But we didn't get any clues or anything about what's going on. We just, he just said, hey, there's something wrong.
Mr. Crusher, you're next.
Nice. This is like a freaking torture room. It's not even a test room. Why was Mordock hurt? What could possibly... It's not even like a holodeck here. What are they going to test him with? They're going to show him a problem that even he can't solve. It's going to drive him nuts.
Breathe. Gotta remember to breathe.
This is... No, that was all... That's this part of the test. It's not real. Or is it? It's just coincidences. No, this is all nonsense. Nobody's around. Yeah. This is like last episode where the guy's getting lasered to the drill room. It's like, I think probably using the same sound effect.
Evacuate immediately.
This is a hell of an elaborate freaking exam. Nobody else is around. This is not awkward. It's not suspicious at all. The only person left in this massive base. And these two guys.
We're gonna die! Help me! I can't! It's too late! 30 seconds to seal off.
Dude, why can't this just get out of there? You'll be fine if you just get through the freaking door. You don't need to carry him. He can walk just fine. He's just being a coward. Go.
Thanks. An excellent performance, Mr. Crusher.
That was so obviously the test, Wesley. Come on, you're smart enough to see through that crap.
Your greatest fear has been that you couldn't make that decision.
Because someone made that choice. And my father died.
He found nothing wrong on the Enterprise. And you can inform the crew that Admiral Quinn is most impressed.
Thank you.
All that for nothing. Now it's time for you to explain yourself, Picard. Well, to explain the Admiral.
You haven't decided what you're going to do.
Yes, I have, number one. I've decided I'm going for a walk.
Riker's like, yeah, you should do that so I can become Captain Enterprise. And then have Remmick as your first officer. Yeah, not so appealing now, is it, Riker?
It's unfair that only one candidate from Relva will attend the Academy this year. Mr. Mordock will be the candidate.
Mordock's gonna be like, nah, Wesley helped me. Wesley, coached him the entire way. It should be Wesley.
He should not be punished for his generosity.
He wasn't. He lost time, but it wasn't only that.
Wasn't only that. What else? They just want to have the first Benzite in Starfleet?
It's okay. You deserve to win. Besides, you would have done the same for me.
I believe I would.
I am kind of surprised that happened. I thought for sure Wesley was going to be the candidate. Uh-oh. I have you some apologizing to do here, Jake. Where the hell do you think you're going? Shouldn't he be in the brig?
Look, I'm sorry. I damaged the shuttle, Captain. But Mr. Riker said I can work on fixing it as part of my discipline training.
Good idea. I hope you've learned that running away solves nothing.
Thank you for saving my life.
That's my job, young man. Aren't you in your dress uniform for Admiral Quinn's farewell dinner?
I didn't think that would be appropriate, sir.
Is Quinn hosting the dinner? Because why would the Enterprise crew be hosting a dinner for this admiral that came on board to prove that they were not working that Picard was fucked up?
If it helps you to know this, I failed the first time, and you may not tell anyone.
You?
I mean, Wesley didn't fail just because the other candidate, Mordock, did better than him. He didn't fail. He wasn't the chosen candidate, but it's like he still passed the test with flying colors. So, I don't know. He's being a bit harsh on himself, unrealistically.
I'll serve you better here. If you should need me.
I've been playing politics too long. Perhaps I see conspiracies everywhere.
Oh, conspiracy. I somehow managed to never see the conspiracy episode, but I know about the bugs and shit. I love the Admiral's uniform, by the way, in Season 1. They're better than the uniforms when they transition to the uniform of Season 3. Those Admiral uniforms are not as cool.
Engage.
I gotta say, I think that episode was better than it had any right being. That was a pretty enjoyable episode. My concerns about it being a Wesley-focused episode were, not really accurate, because the Wesley plot was the B plot, really. But the A plot with Remmick, it felt very bizarre, because we're introduced to this guy Admiral Quinn, and Picard's like, oh, he's an old friend of mine, and then he's immediately an asshole. And there's this whole investigation that goes absolutely nowhere. And I understand this is building to something. And Quinn's inquiry was about a conspiracy that he has, that something's undermining the Federation. But it was just so loose, all the clues we got. And it's a little drip-feeding us the clues. But it's like, it felt so anticlimactic, even though it's just the start of this. But, I don't know. Remmick was such an asshole, and there's kind of a little bit of redemption for him at the end. And, he was just doing his job, but he could have been a little bit less of a prick. But I definitely don't want to see him serving an Enterprise, which is what they were alluding to at the end there. Get him out of there. I don't even know what position he would hold. And the Picard being offered the Commandant of Starfleet Academy was never going to happen. So I kind of feel like that whole main plot, it really was for nothing. At least in terms of this episode. But the B plot with Wesley, I actually enjoyed. I liked him and the other candidates, Mordock, the blue alien, the Benzite huffing the goods the whole time. But I actually think that was probably the best use I've seen thus far of Wesley's character. Because he wasn't able to solve every problem. He was faced with the challenges that he had a hard time with. And the psych test was, as obvious as it was a test, was a cool thing. Tying in with his father on the Stargazer with Picard, and the ultimate choice of choosing one life over the other, that was pretty good, and I like the friendship he had with Mordock, and even the kind of tease of a romantic relationship with that other lady, the other candidate. Like I said, this was probably the best use of Wesley. I certainly didn't think that I was going to feel that way going into this episode, but I actually enjoyed this episode a lot. It was better than Home Soil. And the mystery going throughout it, despite all the antagonistic relationships between Remmick and the characters, that had me. I was curious, even though it did fall flat. This seems to happen a lot with TNG Season 1. They have a somewhat interesting idea, but they just don't know how to wrap it up. Maybe once I see where it goes with Conspiracy. Like I said, I know about Conspiracy and the bugs, but I have never seen Conspiracy in its entirety, so I don't know what this buildup is going to be, what it's going to look like. But maybe it'll be worthwhile in the end, and I'll go, hey, after all, this payoff for coming of age was great. But as it stands, that part of the story bored me a little bit compared to the Wesley stuff, which surprisingly was really good. So let me know what you think of this episode. Do you think this is a standout in TNG Season 1? I think for me it probably is. Like I said, it clears all the other Wesley episodes. Maybe not justice. I like how they actually mentioned that in a bunch of the older episodes in this one. But yeah, let me know what you think, where this ranks for you in TNG Season 1. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, and I will see you next time.